The FBI did exactly what my fellow citizens would want them to do when they got the information they got, and that it has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
So that was the end of a soundbite Trey Gowdy gave to CBS yesterday. He says he's convinced the FBI acted appropriately. He's seen this before with its use of an informant in the Trump campaign. But our next guest says, no, it's not okay. Fellow Oversight Committee member, GOP Congressman Ron DeSantis joins us now to explain. Congressman, Trey Gowdy says, hey, this exonerates the president. It shows they looked at two people on the periphery and saw about their links, and if it was a problem, they would have spoken to the president. Do you have a problem with an informant doing that?
Well, the way the FBI and potentially other agencies did that was not trying to protect then-candidate Donald Trump. If you had a problem with somebody on the periphery of the campaign, the obvious thing to do is to go brief the campaign and brief Donald Trump. And guess what Donald Trump would have done? If it was some tangential figure, he said, OK, we're not going to have them involved in the campaign. Instead, they deployed this informant to spy on the campaign, and he was trying to manufacture contacts with Papadopoulos, with Sam Clovis, with these people, and he was doing it over and over again. And he may not have been the only one, Brian. So when you're deploying surveillance powers, counterintelligence powers against an opposition party's campaign, that is not normal, and I think that is not what Americans want the FBI to be doing.
Do you feel as though you've seen all the information that would reveal yes or no whether this Cambridge professor was the only one?
No, we have not gotten all the information. And even in that briefing, they did not provide the documents that Devin Nunes asked for. So we need to know, what was the FBI doing? Were they directing people like this professor and potentially other people? And why all this robust activity focusing on the campaign as a whole? They did not conduct themselves to only focus on one tangential figure. I mean, they really looked at the campaign. And you have to also ask yourself, Brian, why for months and months have they stonewalled Congress about the answers? If, in fact, the FBI was doing what every American would want them to do, wouldn't they want to be glad to tell that story to Congress so the American people had all the facts?
Get this. The DNI, James Clapper, on his endless book tour, said, I never knew about it. I wouldn't know. You're the director of national intelligence. You would know. How does it work? Who would know then?
Well, I think Clapper, has been all over the map on this. I think another person that is going to need to have scrutiny is John Brennan and what his role is with this informant, if there was any connection there. But these guys have not been straight shooters. I think one of the best things about the Trump administration is you've cleared out people like Brennan and Clapper, and you have much more competent people in charge.
Right. I'm very curious to see where this goes, and I'd love to see more Democrats step up and say, whatever the verdict is, wrap it up, because you're hurting the country with this endless investigation. Robert Mueller, thanks so much. Ron DeSantis, who wants to be the next governor of Florida.